it's Michelle from Rainbow Loom, and today I'll be showing you a quick tutorial on how to make this side braid hairstyle for your person using the new Rainbow Loom 360 kit. I also added some fun accessories to my cute girl here. The materials and band count will be in the description, so check those out if you're interested. Let's get started. I have my 360 loom base here and around 20 pegs. Because we are only learning how to make the head with this side braid hairstyle, I will just be showing the top of my loom here. To help me, I also have my tug tool nearby, so that I can remove pegs in case I make a mistake, but let's hope not. We will start at the top of our loom with the hair color, and then grow our design down to our person's neck. First, we need to lay our pegs down, and I will go row by row and show you how to place these pegs on. The first peg will face the left on the third cavity of the first row. If any of the cavities feel tight, then you can turn the peg on any of the 45-degree angles instead. Then we have one in the middle facing down. That's it for the first row. On the next row, we have a peg in the middle of those facing down. Then another one facing down, placed 2 to the right. For the next row, we have another peg facing the bottom left on the left. Then another peg in the middle of our loom facing down. That's it for this row. For row 4, we have a peg facing down on the 4th cavity of that row. Then we have one facing down, placed 2 away. The last one in this row is placed next to that and faces down. On row 5, we have one facing the bottom left on the 3rd cavity. Then we have another peg facing down in the middle of our loom. For row 6, we are placing a peg facing down on the 4th cavity. And another one facing down, placed 2 away. On row 7, we are going to start adding our side braid. We have a peg facing the bottom left on the 3rd cavity. And then we have what will be our person's chin, placed 2 away. Row 8 only has one peg, and this is part of our braid. We will place a peg facing the bottom left on the 2nd cavity of this row. Row 9 has a peg facing down on the 1st cavity. And then we have our neck, which will be placed on the middle cavity of this row, facing down. So this area here is our braid, and you can add as many or as few pegs as you would like. I will add 2 more. For row 11, and note that we are skipping row 10, I will place down one peg on the 1st cavity facing down. And lastly, row 13, I will place another peg facing down here. If you want to add a longer braid, then feel free to do so. I would just place the pegs with one space in between. Now you can place down the pegs for your body, and I will show you how we will place our bands down next. I will just be using 2 colors today, blue for my person's hair and brown for my person's skin. Be sure to check the description for the total band count. Take a single band of your hair color and place it horizontally at the top of your loom like so. I also have my tug tool nearby to help me push down my bands. You can use it like this to push down bands. Now we will start placing down some double bands, which just means to place down 2 bands at once. From the top, I'm placing those double bands down vertically. Then I will place double bands down to the left, and another set of double bands goes to the right. Then placing double bands going vertically down on the left side, and then the right side. Now I'm going to switch to my skin color bands, and I will place double bands going down in the center. Then double bands going down on the left side. And then double bands on the right side as well. Then double bands one more time in the center. Now we are switching back to our hair color. I am going to place down a single band, not double bands, going diagonally to the right like so. Then another single band will be placed going back into the face. We will switch back to our skin color and finish the rest of the face. I am taking double bands again, and I will place them from the left down to the center where our chin is. We will do the same to the right side using double bands. Now would be a good time to push down some of these bands. This will help make sure that we have enough room on our pegs, and it'll also help with looming later since this isolates and groups bands so that it's easier to grab with our hooks. To finish off the head, let's place double bands down below our person's face in the middle of our loom. These bands here will be our neck. To finish off the rest of your person's body, you would continue placing the pegs here for the body, and then place down your bands starting after the neck. Before doing our side braid, let's add tie bands to our face in order to keep everything together. Remember that tie bands are not directly loomed with your hook. I will add a tie band using a single band on the upper part of my person's face in a triangle shape like this. We will place a double looped tie band right below the one that we just placed down. A double looped tie band is where we take a single band and twist it so that there are 2 loops of the band. There are a couple ways to make a double loop tie band. You can place the band on the tip of your hook and twist once to get 2 loops of it. Then we will place it across 2 or more pegs. Grab the 2 loops with your other hand, place them onto one peg, and then stretch them to the other 2 pegs. Now we can go back to our hair color bands and place our side braid on our person. I will be placing double bands down next, and we will be placing them in a kind of zigzag formation at first. I am placing double bands from almost the top of our head to the left. Then, with another set of double bands, bring it back into the face. Then take another set of double bands and place them going away from the face. There are a lot of bands here, so I'm just using my tug tool to help push some of them down. Another set of double bands will be placed going into the face. Then we will place another set of double bands going away from the face and down our pegs for the side braid. So double bands will be placed going down to the left, and again with another set of double bands. And one more time with another set of double bands. Then the remaining 2 sets of double bands will be placed going vertically down. Now we will add a triple loop cap band to this last pin here. There are a couple ways to do this. You can use the front of your hook again. Just place the band on, and you can slightly stretch the band to make this easier. Twist the band twice so that there are 3 loops of the band on your hook. Then you can grab all 3 loops and place them onto the peg. Alternatively, you can take a single band, place it on the back of your hook, twist once, and one more time to get 3 loops of the band. Then place the back of your hook into this last peg and slide the triple loop cap band off the hook and onto the peg. The last way to place on a triple loop cap band is by placing the band on the last pin, then using your hook and twisting once and one more time so that there are 3 loops of the band on the peg. This is what the finished band layout for this side braid looks like. Make sure that your layout matches mine, and then we can work on the rest of our person. Let's start looming our person's head now. I have placed down the body bands, and I have also loomed those same bands and started to take it off the loom. You might notice that this dress color isn't one of the colors in the 360 kit. I actually use premium bands from the Rainbow Loom web store, so I use Solar Moon, which changes colors in the sun. If you would like to see more premium band colors, be sure to check out the Rainbow Loom web store, and if you don't like the selection, don't worry because more are on the way. Back to business, I have my tug tool here in case I need to push down any bands. I also have my metal hook here, which we will use to loom these bands. We will start by looming the braid first. We will begin here, where the triple loop cap band is, and we will loom in the direction of the braid, going up, to the right, and then our little zigzag here. We will stop once we reach here. It's important to remember that once we get to the face, we will only loom the top 2 hair-colored bands and ignore everything else on the pegs. Let's start. Reach into this peg, pull back on the 3 loops of the cap band, and grab the bottom 2 bands with your hook. Bring those 2 bands forwards to their other halves. If it's too tricky to grab both bands at once, you can also grab the double bands one at a time. Let's move on to the double bands. Stick your hook into the pin, grab the 2 hair-colored bands, and bring them forward. Now loom these 2 bands to the side, and continue to loom the hair-colored bands back to themselves. Now we have made it to the face area. We will grab only these 2 hair-colored bands here from inside the pin, and we will bring those bands back to their other halves. So reach into the pin, and there are a lot of bands here. Just grab the 2 hair-colored bands, and we will bring them back to their other halves. Just so that it's easier to grab these bands, I'm using the tug tool to push down some bands below the peg ridge so that it's easier to locate. On the next pin, we will loom this set of double bands into the face. This one's a bit easier to do. Then we will reach into this next peg and grab the 2 hair-colored bands, ignoring all the other bands on this peg. So grab these 2 hair-colored bands only, and bring them back to their other halves. Then the last one here is just like the other ones that we have done, so just loom the double bands into the face. We will stop here and work on looming the rest of the face now. We will go back to the neck and loom those 2 bands. There are a lot of bands on this peg here, so I'm using my tug tool to help isolate the neck bands. Reach into the peg and grab the 2 neck bands, which should be the last 2 bands on that peg. Bring those bands forward. Now we will loom the double bands going to the right. Then we will loom the next 2 bands down on the peg here, which go to the left. Then grab the last 2 bands on this peg, which go straight up. Remember that you can loom the double bands one at a time if it's easier. Now we will loom some of these vertical skin-colored bands on the next row up. So I'm starting in the center and looming those bands forward to their other halves. Then I'm doing the same to the left side. There are a lot of bands, so go slow and carefully, and remember to push down the bands if needed. Now we will move to the right and loom this single hairband here. After that, we can loom the vertical bands on the right side now. Loom the last single hairband on the right side and bring it into the head. Then, loom the vertical hairbands forward. And do the same to the left side. Now, let's work on these angled bands at the top. Loom the double bands from the right into the center. And do the same to the left side. Now I'm pushing some of these bands down to make room for bands that we're about to loom. Reach into this middle peg and loom these double hairbands forward. The last band we're going to loom is the horizontal one. Grab the bottommost band on this last peg and loom it to the left side. We will make this last band into a slip knot. From the side, you can see that there are 2 loops of the band on this peg. Use your hook to grab the bottom loop on this peg and bring it off the pin to make a slip knot. Tighten the slip knot by gently pulling on the remaining loop. It might not be secure yet, so we will tighten it again later after we take our creation off the loom. Use your hook to carefully remove your creation. Be careful about removing the last slip knot. And when your creation is fully off the loom, make sure to tighten the slip knot again to make it more secure. I also like to readjust some of the bands here. Now you can hide your slip knot, and I like to use the slip knot hook to do this. Just place a slip hook into your creation and place the slip knot on. Then you can pull it out and push your slip knot into another location in your creation. Then remove the slip knot from your hook and pull the slip hook out. After accessorizing, your creation is now complete. I added shoes, a star in the braid, an angel halo, a star on my person's head, and some eyes. I think my girl here looks super cute, and I wish I looked half as cool as her. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial on how to create this side braid hairstyle using the new Rainbow Loom 360. If you make this, please tag us at official_RainbowLoom and use the hashtag RainbowLoom so that we can see your creations on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We also host weekly giveaways on our Instagram called our Loom Star of the Week contest, where you can win some fun prizes, so be sure to follow us there. In the description box below, you can find where to purchase your own Rainbow Loom products, including the new Rainbow Loom 360 kit. We have so many kits available, and there's honestly something for everyone. We are also selling some Rainbow Loom products on our TikTok shop, so if you're in the US, check out our store, which has some exclusive bundles and deals that you can't find anywhere else. And again, thanks for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.